time, don't be surprised to see 5 guys going down there for the offensive boards.
They go right into Karl Malone, and Portland double teaming him. They haven't done much of that. Jeff Malone told me on our first 5 possessions, we're going to pound the ball inside to Karl Malone. Jeff Malone scores and a foul. So it's the other Malone who delivers on the first possession.
I think, though, if they are going to go to Karl Malone, they would like to have him down on that low box. They can't be satisfied with him stepping out 15 to 18 feet away from the basket and taking the jump shots as he did last night early in the game.
Jeff Malone, the league's second leading free throw shooter behind Reggie Miller of Indiana, knocks it down to give Utah a 3-2 lead. Derek Sloan is a little disappointed in his team's emotion in the first 5 minutes. He said, we've got to get started early tonight. Kersey scores again, and it's 4-3 Portland.
Now, that's a really tough matchup. We didn't mention Blue Edwards going against Jerome Kersey, but Kersey loves to play down low. Edwards giving up about 3 inches on that matchup.
Jeff Malone slides down the lane, getting some shots early. That's a good sign for Utah because he had trouble getting shots off in the first half in game 1. Terry Porter knocks it down. And it's 6-3 Portland.
And speaking of Jeff Malone, maybe the reason why you see him getting the shots here early is that the Jazz want to make Clyde Drexler work on defense. He conserves his energy and uses it on the offensive end.
Buck Williams sagging off Karl Malone, almost daring him to take that outside shot. He knows they want to establish their inside game. Jeff Malone shot blocked by Drexler. And it's a 24-second violation, so the ball goes over to Portland.
Jerry Sloan wants the foul on this play. Drexler comes over, definitely gets Malone with the body, but the 24-second clock expired before the contact.
6-3 Trailblazers. Portland wants to play up-tempo and run as much as possible. Utah wants to slow it down and grind it out in a half-court game. Drexler's shot won't go. Rebounded by Karl Malone, who had 16 rebounds in game 1.
Now, this is the way the Jazz started out the game on Tuesday night. They walked the ball up the floor, made sure that they used as much of the shot clock as possible.
Karl Malone trying to set up on the low box. Blue Edwards finds him in the corner. For a team that's trying to establish Karl Malone early, they're really not doing that.
Well, I think what they would like to do, and we talk about their inside game, and of course the Jazz go to the inside to Karl Malone most of the time. Anyone that can score down there, they would be satisfied with that.
And a steal by Drexler. Drexler sets it down.
Inside, Malone laying back here a little slow to go for it, and Drexler gets the pass from Kersey for the dunk. And this is forcing Karl Malone out on the floor a little bit farther than he likes to go.
And Karl Malone will go to the free throw line as Kevin Duckworth picks up his second foul.
I think what would really help the Jazz is to get someone else going down low. Jerry Sloan wants to get some scoring from that.
It's 8-4 Portland with 9:14 remaining in the first quarter.
Karl Malone has such an impressive body down there. He initiates a lot of the contact. That's why he doesn't get to the line more than he does.
Buck Williams posting Karl Malone on the dish to Drexler, or Porter. And Terry bricks it up there. Karl Malone with another rebound. John Stockton had a fine game in the opener, 23 points, 16 assists. He led the NBA in assists this year, averaging 14 a game. Jeff Malone is open, squares up nicely and buries it.
He'll make that one all night. He used the screen very well. A nice pass from Stockton.
He only took 13 shots in the first game. He should be getting around 15 to 20 shots. Drexler misses. And we got a loose ball foul coming up. It's on Blue Edwards in Utah. That's his first.
They do such a good job of spreading the floor. And look at how many guys are outside the paint. And then they use their quickness to get inside.
Duckworth with a shot put jumper. He hit 3 shots early in game 1. Didn't score much after that. But Rick Adelman said that was enough to get Mark Eaton's attention and draw him away from the basket. And he opened up the middle. Malone against Buck Williams, 2 of the best power forwards in the game. Edwards on a post-up.
That's what they need right there. They need Blue Edwards to use his athletic ability under the basket.
And Jack Madden has called a foul. It's on Jeff Malone, his first. And Jerome Kersey, who has struggled with his free throw shooting in the playoffs so far, will go to the line. In game 1, he was 7 for 12 from the line.
Well, you might see him come out here tonight and make every one. Free throw shooting is such a mental thing when you...
Just under 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. A good sign for the Jazz is the fact that Blue Edwards and Jeff Malone are getting involved in delivering. That can take some of the pressure off Karl Malone. Eaton in the low post.
Well, that's, once again, some other people for the Jazz need to get involved to create an inside game. Blue Edwards and then Eaton getting back-to-back baskets down low.
Buck Williams spins baseline. Good defense by Karl Malone. And illegal defense is called. Jerry Sloan says that's one thing people don't realize about Karl Malone. He's got quick feet, good lateral movement, and is a fine defensive player. And you saw him shut off the baseline that time.
And I mentioned how strong he was. He's an avid weightlifter. It's hard to move him once he gets positioned down on the low post.
Jerry Sloan should know something about defense. 6 times a member of the all-defensive team with the Chicago Bulls. One of the toughest guards ever to play the game. Buck Williams over Eaton. He had to change his shot. And Buck dives for the loose ball. That is tied up by Stockton, so we get a jump ball.
Now that's a good effort by Buck Williams down on the floor.
Those two went at it in game 1.
Well, they really did. Eaton with the good defense under the basket. You'll see the ball just rolling around. Buck Williams does this. He plays well, gives up his body to get the ball, and Stockton put a little extra into it, maybe trying to make a point and get back at him for game 1. Some of the shots that he took in that game.
The Jazz felt that Buck beat up on John Stockton. Buck said, hey, he was holding me. What do you expect me to do?
Well, the thing that's so impressive about Stockton, though, is he just simply would not allow the Blazers to know how much he was hurting in that game. He just kept bouncing back, wanted to make a point by not letting them know that those shots were really affecting his game. He had a good one.
But I got the impression that Jerry Sloan was a little disappointed that some of Utah's big men didn't retaliate. It was almost like a baseball pitcher knocking down a batter. You expect your pitcher to retaliate.
Right.
Drexler trying to get into the middle. Good defense by Jeff Malone. Buck Williams with a short jump. And it's 13-10 Portland with 6:58 remaining in the first quarter.
Well, that was excellent defense by the Jazz that time. Drexler just kept his dribble alive long enough to find someone open.
Utah's got to be content with the pace of this game right now, though. It's a half-court game, and that's what they want. Karl Malone from way out, they don't want that. They want him to work inside. Here's a fast break opportunity. Kersey misses it.
Well, see, that's the problem right there. When the Jazz put up the quick shot, it always leads to a fast break opportunity.
Karl Malone burrows in to score. And it's a 1-point Portland lead midway through the first quarter. Foul is called on Karl Malone, and he's upset at Dick Bavetta, who made the call. Portland will take a timeout as the mailman has a few things to say to the officials with 6:13 left in the quarter.
The bodying and the contact between Karl Malone and Buck Williams. Karl Malone is going to say this is the type of treatment he gets the other way. But if you go back in the annals of...
Portland's ball, they lead by 1 with 6:12 left in the first quarter. Drexler posts up Jeff Malone.
I like Jeff Malone's defense. I mean, that's a tough shot by Flash, but Jeff couldn't play him any better.
Drexler did not shoot well against Utah during the regular season. He shot only 34%. But he had 20 points, career playoff high, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists in game 1. Jeff comes off a pick. Shot clock winding down. Eaton has to take one. He says, John, you take it. You can shoot from out there. Stockton cranks one up. That's a 24-second violation.
Well, he makes that one, and he gets 4 or 5 points instead of 3. He was way out on the floor. Not a good offensive set for the Jazz.
Terry Porter looks like he wants the Blazers in their motion offense. Good pressure from Stockton. Duckworth. They got Eaton moving side to side that time, but couldn't capitalize. Portland doing a good job of getting back defensively. Lou Edwards tried to go inside to Karl Malone, but the quick hands of the Portland defense deflecting the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, he needed a bounce pass on the baseline side that time to get the ball in. Malone did a good job of rolling to the basket. Edwards couldn't deliver the pass.
14 on the shot clock. Use the clock. They don't want to rush him inside. Now they're going to have to, though. With the shot clock down to 1, Karl Malone puts it up. Rebound to Jeff Malone. And it's 15-14. Portland.
Well, the Jazz getting to the offensive boards themselves that time, and that getting to the offensive boards prevents Portland from having an opportunity to get out in the open floor on the fast break.
In the 3-1 victory over Phoenix, Utah guards did a good job of going to the boards. Jeff Malone averaged almost 6 rebounds in the series. Kersey knocks it down.
Well, even in this series, when you look at the actual rebound total on the offensive boards, there's not a big difference, but Portland does an excellent job, much better job than the Jazz of putting the ball back in the basket.
Blue Edwards scores. So Blue Edwards and Jeff Malone both having fine first quarters. And it's a 1-point Portland lead. Somebody better pick him up. He'll take the jumper. Nice feed into Kersey, but Eaton is all over it.
Yeah. Well, that makes it easy when you bring the ball inside to Eaton without making a move.
Jeff Malone with a baseline jumper. He's getting good shots, though. Portland really hasn't been able to get out on the fast break yet. Edwards knocks the pass out of bounds. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Jack and I will be selecting the Budweiser Player of the Game. Cliff Robinson in with his black headband tonight. He has 3 of them, red, black, and white. He replaces Duckworth.
And you'll see people around the Coliseum here pull out their headbands depending on which one he pulls out. They really like to do that here.
Thurl Bailey is in the game for Utah. He has not played well in either playoff series, really struggling with his shooting.
I'll tell you, he worked inside in the game Tuesday night for an easy one down low.
Karl Malone gets loose inside.
That's a good pick and roll situation. The Blazers had done a pretty good job of that, but in talking about Thurl Bailey, he made one from close in. I thought that would get his confidence going. It just didn't work out that way for him.
Utah leading for the first time in the game. Kersey with a steal, and he's fouled. And a technical foul has been called, I believe, on Jerry Sloan. Looked like Ron Garretson hit him with a tee. Sloan got one in the first game.
Down to his players. He thought Eaton made a good defensive play right here. Actually, he thought Thurl Bailey got fouled on this play. He jumped up on that one, and then Eaton steps in. Really.
Porter just applying some pressure to Stockton, slowing him down a little bit. Karl Malone has 5 points in the first quarter. Jeff Malone with the fall away. He's one of the great pure shooters in the league. When he gets it going, he's liable to knock down 6 or 7 in a row, and we've got a foul.
Throw. So the Jazz take a 1-point lead, 21-20. Up top with the ball, Buck Williams, guarded by Mark Eaton. Left side angle, Terry Porter, shot. Porter has 5.
2 consecutive times out of a timeout, the Portland Trail Blazers have diagrammed the play that they've scored on.
All right, Jeff Malone handles the ball. Wide left to Big T. Bailey. Closely checked by Robinson. Looking inside for Karl Malone. They got him on the baseline left. Thurl cuts by, but they double Karl. He'll whip low, throw it away, and it's picked up. Here comes Clyde Drexler down the middle of Kersey. And Stockton fouls him from behind on the go.
Boy, is this team explosive off a turnover and after a missed shot. Jerome Kersey going in very strong. Look how strong he is. John Stockton tried to grab him by the arm, tried to...
him in this game.
3-point lead for the Trailblazers. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Karl Malone from the outside. He hits that shot, but he still has not established that inside game they want from him. He has 7 points.
Buck Williams playing him very well. He's backing off of him from the outside to force him to shoot that.
Eaton takes it away from Buck Williams. You have to get Eaton away from the basket. You let him hang around the basket, he can block shots. Stockton knocks it down to give Utah the lead. And the Jazz are playing well.
And that's the value of having Kevin Duckworth in your lineup. He's always a threat from the outside, and that brings Eaton away from the basket. With him on the bench, you'll see Eaton stay down low more often.
Looked like Stockton may have picked up another foul trying to fight through a screen, and he's upset. That's his second.
Now, Stockton is just saying, I'm
89.5 from the free throw line, and he's in the top 10 in rebounds.
Murder makes the free throw, and it's 25 for tie. Delaney Rudd to the front court. Rudd straight away. Maloney in for Stockton. Rudd bounces right left to Jeff Malone. Now looks at Carl. He's inside. And he's got him down to the baseline left, 15 feet out. He'll take over Carl. Cross court to Rudd. All alone. Take a three-pointer. Through off the left to the island. Grab by Mark Brown. Now the crowd, Drexler. Now front court straight. Drexler. Taking a drive, penetrate, run him down the middle, throw it up on the right. Don't go. We got a foul against Utah, I believe. Now this one called on Jeff Malone.
Clyde looked like he threw that basketball up at the basket just to rebound. Which is a smart play, which is a good thing to do when you don't have a good percentage shot if you have a good chance of getting it back.
Danny Ainge replaces
His free throw style, you would think that he's not a very good free throw shooter. He doesn't have any arc on it. It's a frozen roll.
27-25 Portland. Rudd, right side Bailey. Big T hold. Goes to check by Kersey, baseline right to Carl. The corner rate, frozen rope from 16, skims across it. And where's Ronnie Garrison from mid-court making another call?
Well, and I really hate that. I hate a half-court call, especially on a rebound, because how can you tell if there's contact made at all? Look at that. It was an obvious foul that it probably should have been called, but why does an official from half-court?
Well, he has his first point. Former BYU All-American. 28-25 Portland. 28 seconds left in the quarter. 20 on the shot clock for the Jazz. Rudd down the middle of the mailman. Back out front to Delaney. Will yo-yo there. To the angle left, Karl Malone. Again to Rudd. 8 seconds on the shot. Delaney penetrates. They knock it away. Hey, we got a foul on Portland. Danny Ainge. That's their fourth foul. Utah with 7.
Well, they still have enough time to get a good shot off. 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
Karl Malone into Baylor. Back out front to Delaney Rudd. Rudd takes a three-pointer. It's no good. Rebound, Mark Bryant. Over to Danny Ainge. The backcourt, he lets it fly. No good. Rebound, Kersey, and the quarter's over. Portland up by 3. So the Jazz made 11 of 19 shots. Portland. Right, here's Stockton back in the lineup. We go to the second quarter. Danny Ainge will guard him. Stockton, front court left. Up top to Big T, low to Mike Brown. The Brown Bear, the follow-away 10-foot rope won't go. Rebound, Bailey. And they knock it away and out of bounds. Jazz ball. But a nice offensive forward by Bailey. Aggressively done. Thurl with 3 rebounds. And Karl Malone will inbound. Jazz have 23 seconds on the shot clock. To the left corner to Stockton. Stockton backs it out. He'll look inside for Carl. Still holding. Finally go to the mailman. Up top, Blue. 24 by Blue Edwards. No good. Rebound, Stockton. High Stock backs it out. First time on the clock again for the Jazz. Utah with 15 rebounds. Portland with 9. One reason the Jazz have been able to hang in there. They got rebounded Portland. Stockton behind Mike Brown. They double up Stock down the middle to Mike. Up top to the angle left to Blue. He'll take an outside 16-footer, and it's good. Blue Edwards has his 3rd bucket. Stockton picking up the assist. Out here is Danny Ainge. 28-27 Portland. Up top, Walt Davis, the Greyhound, out of North Carolina. Boy, he was hot in the first game with 12 points in 13 minutes. Down low, Duckworth left side. 5-footer up and in. That's his 2nd bucket. 30-27 Portland.
Too good of a position to let Duckworth have because of his good shooting ability.
Stockton right side again. Duckworth helps Ainge out. They'll lob it underneath to the mailman. Left side, a follow-away 10-footer. Yes! Karl Malone from John Stockton. A beautiful pass there. It's 30-29 Portland. Danny Ainge. For Mark Bryant up top. Got about a mailman. They'll swing quickly left side. Cliff Robinson along the base. Back to Ainge up top. 20-footer by Danny. In and out. Rebound, Mike Brown. Big Daddy hangs on. He'll clear to Stockton. Stockton front court left. Stockton down middle of the Blue. He drops it. He'll have a running layup. Out of bounds, Portland ball.
Nice pass, and the seam was there, and Blue Edwards would have been able to catch the basketball. He's going to play off.
Our next game will be coming up.
In game 1, 0 for 10. He says he'll take 10 in a row again. Hopefully he has some different results.
All right, Danny Ainge doubled up, lobs it off the glass too hard, and it ricochets right to Blue Edwards. Well, the Jazz can take the lead here. They'll go to John Stockton. 10 minutes left in the opening half. Stockton wide right to Bailey. They're out. John in three-point range. Lobs down on the base right to the mailman. He'll square away and raise from outside. Very good. Rebound out front, tipped by Bailey, and Stockton grabs. Jazz hanging on the
boards. That's been the difference right there so far in this first half.
17-9. Jazz and rebounded. They were out-rebounded 55-41 in game 1. But a turnaround here. Stock up top. Fakes ball to Davis. Leaping leader. Rebound. Stock tips it to Mike Brown. He puts it in. Mike Brown, after Stockton, kept it alive.
Just like I mentioned, Clyde Drexler throwing the basketball on the board just so he could get the rebound. John almost had the same result.
Here's Walt Davis, stripped away by Blue, but it's picked up in the right corner by Mark Bryant. Down underneath there's Cliff Robinson. Good position. He'll lay it up and in. First 2 points for Robinson. Portland takes a 32-31 lead. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Stockton throws it down. Stock front court. Left side angle to Blue. Blue Edwards. Taking left, driving right. Go down the middle. Back it goes. Blue Edwards. That's 8 points for Blue. He's hit 4 out of 5 shots. Haynes comes back to Cliff Robinson straight away at the top of the lane. To the angle right to Walt Davis. Closely checked by Blue. Walter goes base right. He'll pull out. 10-foot leap and lean. Walt Davis.
They want to play him a lot more. They've been playing him because they know he can shoot the basketball, and this is playoff time.
Portland by 1. Mike Brown up top for the ball. And away from the ball, we got a whistle to foul on Portland. Mark Bryant holding Karl Malone. Bryant's first, and a first foul of the quarter on Portland as Mark Eaton checks in and Karl Malone will get a rest. The mailman, 4 out of 8 from the field, 1 for 2 at the line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Karl as he comes out. Stockton, right side of Bailey. The rebounding, 18-9 Jazz. Bailey to the right corner to Stockton. Stockton looking, Brown the screen, Stock right to left. Stockton, pass back to Mike Brown, knocks down. Mike picks it up in the right corner. Then it goes out of bounds off Portland Jazz ball. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Utah.
You know, I was watching the way they're playing Mike Brown and Karl Malone on the low block. I mean, they're actually stiff-arming Karl and John to keep them from getting good position. That's something that's not called.
All right, the ball in for Bailey to Stockton. Stockton straight away, 4 seconds for shot. He tries to pass it back in. He gets a back shot. It's good. Stockton. He beats the buzzer. Stockton. The Jazz take a 1-point lead at 35-34.
And it's been plays like that has kept the crowd out of this game so far.
Walt Davis straight away to Duckworth. Eaton greets him. Duckworth pirouettes down the lane. Put it up. Blocked by Bailey. Picked up by Blue Edwards. Blue down the right side. Blue, pull up. Right corner to Stockton. Stockton low to Mike Brown. Big Daddy turns in. Knocked away. Mike gets it back. Duckworth's got a hand on it. Left side of Bailey. 18-footer. Air ball off the side of the glass. Pulled down by Danny Ainge. Wow. Right side Davis. Around Eaton. Takes into Bailey. Can you believe it? They call it on the turn. Jazz ball.
Good position there by Thurl, and there was good recovery there by Thurl because after the shot was missed, Walter Davis was at this other end of the court all by himself. Thurl was there in time taking the charge.
Stockton to the front court. 35-34 Utah. Stock straight away. Stockton drives over the right corner to Blue. Blue backs it out. Blue Edwards straight away. 20-footer in and out by Blue. Rebound Duckworth. Out of Danny Ainge. Jazz have a 1-point lead. Ainge left side. Trailer, Duckworth, 16-footer with the angle right. No good. Rebound, Blue Edwards. Sky Blue up high. They got to have him on the boards. And Blue, his second rebound of the game. He had 2 rebounds in game 1. Blue with the ball. Blue straight away. Angle left, Stockton.
That pass was just late. If he would have thrown that pass just a second earlier, it would have been a great play.
For the first time now, the crowd is in the game. Blazers by 1. They've been able to keep them out of the game. Stockton drives. Left side Bailey in the paint. Put it up. Blocked away. They don't call a foul. And they give it to Portland. How about that?
Good defensive effort now by the Jazz. Will be very important here. And here's another timeout here by Rick Alleman.
6 minutes and 10 seconds. This hit knocked away by Buck. Who hit it out of bounds?
Boy, I couldn't see him.
You tell me he knocked it out of bounds. I don't see the Jazz hitting the ball.
It has to be off of Jazz players. They're the only ones around it there.
Well, look at Bryant. He chased it out of bounds, and they give it to Portland. So Bailey hit it. Cache Valley Cheese makes a complete assortment of America's favorite cheeses. Cache Valley Cheese, a lot of great flavors, lots of great taste. All right, here's Danny Ainge with the ball. Jazz 5 for 12, Blazers 4 for 7, and this is the second quarter. It's a 36-35 Portland lead. Ainge on the yo-yo, Stock all over him. Ainge terminates and holds. Straight away to Mark Bryant, got it by Mike Brown to the angle right to work at the Duckworth, Eaton out tight. Low to Ainge to turn around over Stock. No good, Eaton rebounds. Over to Stockton. No foul called there. It's Mark Bryant. They say grab the arm of Eaton. At least Sloan thought so. But they do not make the call. Stockton straight away. Mark Eaton with 6 rebounds here in the first half. Stock holding. Right side angle to Big T. He'll go back to Stockton. The Jazz can take the lead with a bucket here. Low to Mike Brown. Good position. Double pump, leap and lead. Shot no good. Eaton tips. Good. Rebound. Dick Marks got it underneath. Put it back up. That's no good. Rebound knocked down. They fight for it. Cliff Robinson's got it for Portland. Robinson to the middle. All the way down. Eaton grabs him and fouls him.
Great effort there on the other end by the Jazz. They're hungry. They're staying on the boards, trying to make some things happen there. But once the Portland Trailblazers get the basketball, as Mark fights for it, he's just a little off the mark there. And the Portland Trailblazers are off and running.
Mark Bryant, Walt Davis, and Danny Ainge come out. Buck Williams back in along with Terry Porter and Clyde Drexler. Not on the line. Cliff Robinson. He'll shoot 2. 5 minutes.
But it didn't help his free throw shooting. He's had trouble at the line in the playoffs so far. It'll be Portland's ball. Here's the GMC Truck scoreboard this afternoon at the Boston Garden. The Celtics winning 109-103. Isaiah Thomas did not play for the Pistons, so that series is even 1 game apiece. Larry Bird did play for Boston. Drexler hits a three-pointer.
But yes, that's just the way it got started in the third period. In game 1, when the Blazers were able to start a run, Clyde Drexler pulled up from behind the three-point line, and a 5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
He was 3 for 3 from three-point range in game 1, and Buck Williams commits the foul, reaching around Jeff Malone. The first foul on Buck, and the second team foul.
Well, I think Buck got him right here. I think the reason why you heard so much disagreement with this one was because it was going to lead to a fast break basket by Clyde. Good call by Jack Madden.
Both teams predicting a very physical confrontation tonight.
Really hasn't been as physical, though, as I thought it would be.
Don't tell that to John Stockton. Mike Brown hits the short jumper to cut the Portland lead to 3. Brown has really shot the ball well in the playoffs, averaging 11 a game after averaging just 4.8 during the season. Drexler for 3. So he is 5 for 5 from three-point range in this 2-game series, and it's a 6-point Portland lead.
Just when you think you're doing a good job on Clyde, he bounces back and hits 2 big baskets.
And we've got a foul against Portland. It's on Buck Williams, his second, 13th foul. Jerome Kersey is back.
And there's a call going the other way.
Looks like this one is coming up against Mark Eaton. That's his 3rd foul.
And yes, I said it wasn't physical, folks, but I was wrong.
It's easy for you to say sitting here.
Yeah, you're right. Not physical for me at all. Thank goodness.
So Eaton leaves the game after picking up his 3rd foul. And the Jazz have on the floor Jeff Malone, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Thurl Bailey, and Mike Brown. Drexler has the hot hand. He's hit 2 3-pointers in the quarter. And Dick Bavetta calls a hand check on Jeff Malone.
Look for the look for the Blazers right now to try to get Kevin Duckworth involved in the offense. He's going against Mike Brown, has a little size, not only in height, but in weight down low. And I expect them to try to take advantage of that situation down low.
Utah has foul problems. Mark Eaton and Jeff Malone each with 3. Porter puts up a 3. The best three-point shooting team during the season. 7.7%. Fourth in the league. Danny Ainge was sixth.
Well, the Jazz really need a basket from Thurl Bailey somewhere. They need to get him involved.
Shot clock is down to 5. Karl Malone surrounded by 3 Blazers, and illegal defense is called against Portland.
Boy, and that really bailed him out that time. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Malone with his back to the basket. Buck Williams does an excellent job, though. Look at how he pushes, holds his position, and just forces Malone out on the floor.
Portland had 4 illegal defense violations called against them in game 1. This is the first tonight. Just over 3 minutes remaining, second quarter. Stockton and Brown work the pick and roll. They're jumping out and double teaming Stockton a lot in these situations. Duckworth jumps out on him, but he feeds Brown, who might have traveled. But a foul is called. Portland's bench outscored the Jazz 36-25 in game 1. Lou Edwards guarding Drexler. Drexler backs him down and dishes off to Kersey. 45-39. Portland, the Blazers shooting the ball well in this quarter. Jerome Kersey has 13 points. Karl Malone and Buck Williams hammering each other. Karl missing most of his outside shots tonight.
Well, that's not the shot. Jerry Sloan told us they wanted Karl to try to work to get the ball inside.
Drexler with a circus shot. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the half. The pace getting away from the Jazz a little bit in the second quarter. They've done a pretty good job of controlling it. Stockton three-pointer sticks, and we'll have a jump ball. The luck of the Irish.
Timeout, Utah.
Well, Utah will take a timeout. Shots stick between the rim and the backboard.
It's a jump ball. Bailey will jump it up with Kersey at midcourt, and they get the tip back to Terry Porter. Porter, guided by Stockton. Porter with a heavily out move straight away up top of the lane to Buck Williams, bouncing low to Drexler. Inside Drexler, force it up, down it's jammed up by Kersey. No, not there on the rebound. Karl Malone, down court left to Stockton. Stockton holds to the left side angle to Blue. Blue looking inside for Karl Malone. Fake left drive, right, good move. Drexler swipes it away. And then Bailey grabs him in the front court.
They stopped the fast break there. Nice penetrating move there by Blue, but a great defensive play there by Clyde Drexler. It looks like he just took it right out of Blue's hands as he was going to the basket. That takes great eyes and it takes quick hands.
And then Bailey saved a short drive by Drexler. That's the Jazz third team foul. Drexler to inbound. Buck Williams comes out. Duckworth back in to take it up top of the man. Kersey by Bailey. Oh, what a move. Boy, did he nail Big T to the floor. Went by him. Bailey, all he could do was reach and grab from behind.
But the strong move going to his left, and he's capable.
14 in the game. Over to John Stockton. 46-39 Portland. A minute and a half left in the opening half. Stockton to the front court left. Stockton on the yo-yo. The mailman's inside. Stock looks in. Porter all over Stockton. He'll lob low. Knocked away by Drexler. Great play. Over to Mark Bryant. Down court Drexler. He's on the fly. The glide. Put it up. Won't go. He's fouled. Drexler. Boy, can he fly. Foul Mike Brown.
And just like in the third quarter in Tuesday night's game, Clyde Drexler takes control of this game defensively and now offensively, going to the basket very strong, protecting the basketball, getting close enough to the basket to throw up the shot that whatever.
Right side Stockton. Mike Brown the straight. Stockton right to left. Stockton holds. Crowd all over the Jazz. Now to Bailey left side. Shot no good. Rebound. Here come the Trailblazers. Clyde to glide. Kersey. Drexler. Score the bucket.
There it is. That running game. Once it's going, baby, no one can stop them. We got 5 guys out there who can run the court and pass the basketball very well.
Stockton with the ball. 50-39 Portland. As I mentioned, this baby is turning the complexion to all Portland. Underneath Mike Brown. Blocked by Drexler. What a play. And then Mike Brown kicks it out of bounds. Portland ball.
Well, the defense is picked up. They're catching the basketball, knocking the basketball out of the Jazz hands as they start to go up for the shot.
All right, front court. Drexler. Shot no good. Rebound. Bailey had it. Taken away by Cliff Robinson. It's all Portland here in the second quarter. Back to Terry Porter. Now to Drexler. 20 seconds left in the opening half. Glide to Glide, having a whale of a half. Down low, nice feed, in for the layup.
That's why they're so explosive. They can score a lot of points in a short period of time.
8 seconds left. Stockton, straight away. Stockton, driving, leaping, dropping it under to Bailey. He scores with a half a second left. Thurl Bailey gets his first field goal of the game. The first half is over. And it's all Portland. They held the Jazz to 16 points in the second quarter. And here at halftime, it's the Portland Trailblazers 52, the Utah Jazz 41.
Kersey steps in to make the steal, and the Trailblazers again have a chance to run in a thundering effort from Jerome, plus a foul on John Stockton. Every time you see John Stockton, you see two people around him and two around Karl Malone. That must mean that the Trailblazers are playing with 8, but they're doing a great job of reacting defensively, making it difficult for the Jazz to get any shots that they want. That ball bounced right back into the hands of John Stockton against the shot clock, but he has had difficulty in finding the seams, the daylight that would make him a real effective player. Ainge with a steal and an easy coast-to-coast effort. What Portland wants to do as much as they can is move the ball and move people. Drexler came back in the second quarter of play to really put his stamp on that second quarter with passing, with scoring, with defense, to dominate the game for Portland and to push their lead to 11 points and to give them command of the game.
Is unable to deliver the pick and roll. All right here you see the poor pass and the deflection. Now that's going to be run down, and we're going to have Mark Eaton show up wide open, and Mike Brown with the basketball here, but unable to deliver the ball inside. Right here, wide open, hand on ball, but sorry. Nothing there.
Oh, clever with the telestrator, yes indeed. And one more time.
Not the only one that can do this. And then we talked about the importance of the small forward being able to get something generated. Here, Stockton is going to create something for Thurl Bailey, all right? And you'll see that Thurl has got right here now, stop, an easy spot right here for a little jumper or his soft hook. But instead, being out of rhythm, he takes it in, cannot complete the shot.
Utah Jazz out of sync and down.
6 assists and 3 steals. Active, he gets the ball right here, gets out on the fast break. You'll see the good ball movement by the Blazers right here. He's going to get it back, and he's going to dunk this one through, but he wasn't only doing it on the offensive end, and I think that is what's important. He has been creating shots for himself because of his good, aggressive defensive play. Look, he just reaches in, snatches the ball away from Lou Edwards, and then gets it on the break.
Right, here's Jeff Malone with the ball. He'll cross the center court straight away. Picked up by Drexler. Jeff up top. He'll hold and hand wide left to Stockton. Karl Malone comes out, sets a screen. Stockton behind it. Stockton peels left. Stockton to the base. He'll drive underneath and shovel back to Jeff Malone. Free throw line. The jumper up. No good. And the rebound. Buck Williams. Down court to Terry Porter. Left to Drexler. Underneath all alone. Kersey for the layup. 116 for Kersey.
Once the basketball goes up, the Portland Trailblazers usually have 2 guys that release, and they're off and running.
Karl Malone on the angle left. Well, man, across the middle. Force it up. Good if it goes. Won't go. He's fouled on the dribble drive by Buck Williams. That's his 3rd foul. Karl Malone will shoot 2.
Now, Karl
Tough background to shoot into, isn't it?
Yes, it is. This crowd very much a part of the success of this team.
Drexler goes baseline. And it will be Utah's ball on the turnover. The Jazz have finished second in the Midwest Division, 1 game behind the San Antonio Spurs, and then upset the 4th seed in the West, Phoenix, 3 games to 1 in first-round play.
The defensive end is where the Jazz right now has to make a statement. Have to get more accurate.
Karl Malone faces Buck Williams. Karl Malone now has 13 points, and it's 54-45 Portland. Drexler for three. Hurried that shot a little bit, and here comes Utah. Lou Edwards with the open shot. The Jazz are getting good shot to start the third quarter. The Portland lead to 7.
Well, I mentioned the first 5 minutes is key for Utah in this game. They have to use this first 5 to get back in it.
Buck Williams with a running hook. 4 points for Buck, but his story in the series has been the defense. He's played against Karl Malone. 9-point lead for the Trailblazers. Karl Malone trying to get inside position and set up a triangle, but now they go the other way, away from Karl. Jeff Malone.
So the Jazz back to their pace. They're playing their game right now once again, working the ball as they did early in this game for the good shots.
And chipping away at the lead that cut it from 11 to 7. But Kersey answers for Portland. He has 18 points.
Well, I tell you, they have 5 guys that can hurt you at any time.
What's frightening if you're playing them, they've got so many weapons, not only the 5 starters, but guys like Ainge and Davis coming off the bench.
Well, just think of Golden State and the fact that they take advantage of their 3 people very well and win games as they did in Los Angeles. The Blazers can go for 5.
This will be a blocking foul against Portland. Jerome Kersey, that's his second.
Malone starting to take the ball to the basket more aggressively and starting to get to the foul line more.
Outscoring so far this year. So it's a 7-point Portland lead with 9:10 remaining in the third quarter. Karl Malone now has 15 points. And a turnover, so Utah getting back into this game.
Well, they're getting back because they are showing a lot more aggressiveness on the defensive end of the floor, and that is leading to more opportunities offensively.
Stockton with the penetration, the dish to Karl Malone, and a long rebound to Porter. That's what happens so often when you take long jump shots. You get a long rebound and a fast break. Duckworth.
That leads to that right there. The long shot leads to the long rebound. Portland with the great athletes able to track the ball down. They're pushing it down and getting into their early offense.
Kevin Duckworth has 6, and it's a 9-point Portland lead. Utah trying to grind it out in their half court. Two-man play with Edwards and Karl Malone. Blue Edwards' shot is too strong.
Not good shots.
Here come the Blazers in the break. Porter for 3.
Well, they're once again, the Jazz relying on the outside shots. They've shown in this game every time they've been able to make a run that they get there.
For either team here in the third quarter. Stockton still aggressively pressured with a shot clock at 5. Stockton for a 3-point try that again is off the mark.
And that's a problem for the Jazz, and Sloan recognizes it. Porter gets an early call from Rick Adelman. Attack, and he does, and he gets 2.
The Blazer lead is 11. That's the same margin we had at halftime. Karl Malone traveled with the ball. 10 turnovers for Utah, 4 for the Trailblazers, and that has offset some of the advantage that Utah has on the offensive glass.
I'm sure Rick Adelman told his team, let's take the 2s and carve this team up a little bit at a time. Malone makes a nice steal from Buck Williams.
Stockton, slick pass inside. Foul is on Kevin Duckworth. That'll be number 3 on Big Duck.
The natural tendency when you have a team struggling is to try to really put a psychological collar on them. Duckworth brings his hand down and picks up the...
From the inside. Portland by 9. Kersey strong to the basket and a foul. is on Blue Edwards, and Jerome Kersey has 20 points.
Oh, look how quickly he gets to the basket. He starts out by the three-point line and just explodes going to the basket, picks up the foul. Boy, this keeps this crowd involved in the game. As I mentioned before, this crowd a big factor in the Portland success this season in this building.
Three-point play for Kersey, who has 21, gives Portland a 65-53 lead. And the Blazer Maniacs turning up the heat in the Coliseum. Jeff Malone with a runner. He's had a good game. They'd like to see him get a few more shots, but he's made most of the ones he's taken.
Look how quickly they're back down. Look how quickly they push the ball down.
Porter knocks down a three-pointer.
Well, you see that a lot on a miss, but Portland does it on a made basket.
Porter likes to use that three-point shot as a knockout blow. When his team has the momentum, he'll come down and take a three. And we've got a foul coming up. It's on Buck Williams. That's his fourth.
Well, and Stockton and Buck Williams have been going back and forth at each other in this series from game one, right from early in the game.
So here's a real opportunity for Utah with Buck Williams
to take the ball down. He has to set the screen to try to get Malone free. Boy, it seems like the Jazz would send someone bigger and stronger down there to help get Malone free.
A turnover by Utah. 2-on-1 break. And Kersey is fouled by Stockton. Jerome Kersey, who runs the floor as well as any man his size in the NBA. And John Stockton picks up his third foul.
Now, see, the problem right now is that the Blazers are getting points from their number 3 spot. The Jazz simply not doing that. Now, there's the steal as Kersey comes out and picks that pass off. Gets out on the break, and the small forwards for Portland creating shot opportunities, and that's what it's all about. You have to get scoring from that position.
One remaining third quarter. Utah needs to regain some momentum somehow, but it is real tough in this building. Karl Malone, no basket, and he was fouled before the shot.
And that is the most aggressiveness I've seen Karl Malone show down on the low post.
Second foul on Mark Bryant, I think. 70-56, Portland. Mark Bryant against Karl Malone, where he knocks the ball away. Duckworth. Stockton with a shake and bake move and the basket.
Nice move. He forced Porter back on his heels that time with a little hesitation and shake and bake and got free.
John Stockton has 6 points. Duckworth screens for Drexler. Kersey. What a game he's having. 23 points for Jerome Kersey, and Portland leads by 14.
What a pleasant surprise. Not necessarily a surprise because he's averaging 16 points a game in the series.
Stockton goes down hard again. And a foul call on Kevin Duckworth. Stockton is taking a beating in this series.
He just simply does not mind mixing it up with the guys down low. The penetration here, gets the shot off, picks up the foul, and then watch. Takes it once again.
He ran into the 275-pound Duckworth, giving away 100 pounds to Kevin Duckworth. That's a fourth foul on the Duck.
He's going to punish him even more than Buck Williams has been punishing him in this game.
Stockton knocking the ball out of bounds as he was beaten on the play by Porter. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Mike Brown is back in the game for Utah. He replaces Karl Malone. Karl leads with 16 points. And get him a little rest for the stretch run in the fourth quarter. Both he and Stockton average better than 40 minutes a game.
You like to keep your star in there, but when they're not delivering, you just can't do it.
Eaton rejecting Robinson's shot, but he fouled him.
Oh, and I thought Eaton got all ball on that play. I mean, I don't think if we see this replay, that there's any way you could call anything but a good block. Maybe from this angle we'll see better. Eaton comes over from the inside, and let's see. Does he get him? Maybe got him across the arm.
The fourth shooting performances he'd ever seen in a playoff game.
Well, it's obvious the Lakers need more balanced scoring than they got in that game. Magic having a great, great basketball game.
Karl Malone back in the game, takes it to the hoop, and he'll go to the free throw line. Foul is on Cliff Robinson. That's his first. 12-point lead for the Blazers. 4 minutes left in the quarter. Drexler.
Well, you know, we haven't heard from Drexler in about 4 minutes, but the Blazers are maintaining their lead. I think that really goes a long way to show you how much depth and how many good players they really have here.
Karl Malone puts up an outside shot. Porter looking for someone open down court. Three-pointer. Three-pointer, 77% shooting, and Portland has hit 4 of 7 three-pointers tonight. Utah's 0 for 4. Jeff Malone goes down after a collision with Porter. They trap Stockton and gets away from it. Karl Malone gets inside position on Bryant and misses the shot.
We saw a lot of that in the third period in game 1.
Here's the track meet. 4 sprinters out on the fast break, and Kersey has 27 points, and it's a 19-point Portland lead. Karl Malone, he'll go to the line again. Third foul on Mark Bryant.
It's amazing how quickly Portland gets the ball down the floor. Look how many white shirts, a 3-on-2 situation. Good decisions on the passes. And just excellent running by Jerome Kersey to fill that lane on the weak side.
2 6'7" guys and a 6'10" player on that fast break.
Well, I think Jerry Sloan, you saw him, you see him back there standing by the bench there, understands that he has a deficiency.
Left, got him by Stockton. He'll bounce over to Drexler. Clyde got him by Jeff Malone, squares away. He'll pick the grab now, power left to right. Cross court, knocked down to Stockton, but Porter picks it up and right through Stockton's hands. Now to Drexler, straight away. 4 seconds for a shot. He'll drive, he'll hang, put it up and left hand, no good. Rebound out of bounds, Jazz ball.
Jazz playing good defense, Dan. What a job Jeff Malone did, cutting Clyde Drexler's angle off to the basket.
Stockton comes left side front court. Stockton, wide left, up top to Bailey. He'll drive right, shut down, they steal it away. No, he gets it back, we got a foul corner. And it'll be called on Clyde Drexler.
There's another one of those calls that are very questionable in this basketball game tonight.
Free throws for Bailey.
This looked like a clean swipe there, and there's, like I mentioned, there's been a lot of calls tonight that have been very questionable.
Terry Porter directing traffic, he'll basket court left side. Stockton right with him. Porter quickly hopping his way. He'll terminate down the left base. Drexler drive the base down, goes Jeff Malone. Shot, yes! Drexler on a floater coming base left. As Jeff Malone, it slipped out.
What a shot there he just made. Looked like he lost control of it, but nice shot.
Right side, Stockton. Stockton hands up top to the mailman. All alone, doesn't look. To Bailey, right side, way off the mark with a jumper. Rebound, Drexler. Slide to glide, down the middle. Right side to Terry Porter. He'll fake, he'll drive, he'll hang. He'll hit. Porter with 16. And Stockton hurries down the left side. Stockton lines underneath. The ball gets away, picked up. To Porter. All Portland. Here's Terry Porter. Up top to Robinson. He'll peel left. Go to the hoop. Put it up. Good if it goes. No good foul. Karl Malone. Robinson shoots 2.
And there it is again, the ability of this team to put the basketball on the floor, make a shot off the dribble. They have 4 out of the 5 guys on the court right now can do a lot with the basketball. Here's Cliff Robinson going left, takes his time, then he explodes. Karl Malone gives him the little bump.
So Robinson will shoot 2. Delaney Rudd will check in a moment.
against Seattle and the Jazz.
So he makes the second free throw. 9 points for Robinson. Rudd handles the ball. Straight away to Bailey. Bailey holding. Right side angle to Delaney Rudd. Down low to go to the mailman. He'll square away. Pass knocked down. Beautiful defense again by the Portland Trailblazers. Jazz ball. Karl Malone will inbound. Jazz on a 2-under-2 out. Karl Malone, right base, there's Rudd. Free throw line angle right to Mike Brown. The shot ribs out and the rebound pulled down by Mark Bryant for the Trailblazers. Over to Danny Ainge. 52 seconds left, third quarter. Straight away Drexler. Down goes Jeff Malone. He'll go inside to Robinson. The turnaround goes. Karl Malone has the rebound. The mailman with 9 rebounds. Karl with 20 points. Down court Rudd to Mike Brown, right side. Doesn't even look. Nobody near. Over the right corner to Bailey. He's alone. He'll shoot. And he scores. Bailey.
Boy, and I tell you, that's only the third field goal in Jazz tonight.
So we got a whistle. Timeout. Now we have 28 seconds remaining in this third quarter here at the Coliseum.
Right there, they both, their feet come together, and I don't know if it's a turned ankle.
But Robinson. Portland leading by 18. We're in the final seconds of quarter number 3.
Looking for Ainge.
Robinson. A push from behind. It's Blue Edwards. That is the third personal on Blue.
Cliff Robinson. Now, when Robinson wheels, Blue Edwards accidentally runs into him, and that will get Cliff on the line.
4 for 7 at the free throw line with that miss. 87-69 Portland. Less than 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Rudd off the screen by Karl Malone. On the pull-up. Got it. A second and a half left in the quarter. Ainge unloads. That brings the third quarter to an end. Clyde Drexler, Walter Davis, Kevin Duckworth, and Cliff Robinson. Portland, and Drexler nails another three-pointer, his third of the game. Mike Brown's shot is blocked by Drexler, making the plays at both ends. First the three, then the rejection. Out to Duckworth. It's the Clyde Drexler show in the last 30 seconds.
He just steps up so quickly.
At a 21-point Portland lead. They're so explosive. This is their biggest lead. Utah in danger of getting blown out unless they can get it together quickly. Blue Edwards with the open shot. Earl Bailey crashing the boards. Bailey's shooting woes continue.
I like him being active, though. He has to play that way. It's good that he's going down there. Drexler made the three-point basket, came right back with the block.
And Portland takes a 20-second timeout. $500. They said they had a lot of offers to buy the tickets, but nobody cared about the car.
Nobody wanted the car.
John Stockton picks up his fourth foul. Stockton will remember this series no matter how it turns out.
Oh, he will.
He's taking a physical beating. Walter Davis knocks it down.
Oh, he shoots that shot so well.
A 23-point lead for Portland, their biggest lead.
He squares up, faces the basket, to follow through all the things fundamentally.
Utah really struggling right now. Stockton's shot is goaltended according to Dick Bavetta, and there's a foul. So the basket counts, and Stockton will also go to the line. Goaltending foul on Cliff Robinson. Foul was on Danny Ainge.
Well, that was a close one. Robinson coming over to try to help out, but good call.
Oh, he came up there, didn't he? Sure did. Stockton converts the free throw, and it's a 20-point Portland lead with 10:21 remaining in the game. Blazers have Ainge, Davis, Drexler, Duckworth, and Robinson on the floor. The lob to Danny Ainge hits the rim. Cliff Robinson drops it inside to Duckworth. Stockton ahead to Blue Edwards. The challenge on that shot by Robinson. Karl Malone scores in the follow, but you just don't get an easy shot against the Trailblazers.
Tell you what, you don't get many fast breaks either, and even though the Jazz did a good job that time of running the floor, the Blazers made it tough on them.
Karl Malone now has 22, but it's been a quiet 22 points. Drexler into Robinson. Again, that athletic ability with Clyde hanging in the air until he spotted the open man.
Well, he just stays up there long enough to find something to do with the basketball. Knew he couldn't get the shot up towards the basket.
And a foul called against the Trailblazers. Guess who hit the floor again? He'll make the all-four burn team if nothing else.
He's got to be hurting. He's been on the floor as much or more in this game as he was in the first game.
The third foul on Danny Ainge. Here's a guy who knows something about picking up floor burns. He and Norm Van Leer, part of that tough Chicago Bulls backcourt under Dick Mott in the 70s. Karl Malone gets inside to score. He's got 24. Mark Bryant is back on the bench, although he's limping. Portland leads by 18. 9 minutes left in the game. Robinson feeds Buck Williams, who's back in. 98-78 Portland.
Now the Jazz just not aggressive defensively. Too many drives to the basket. Too many easy baskets also.
Rick Adelman was concerned about this game. He said game 2 is the toughest game for the team with the home court advantage to win. Karl Malone scores for Utah. He's got 26. That cuts the lead to 18. The series will shift back to Utah Saturday and Sunday. And Utah did very tough at home. They were 36-5 at home this year. And Portland has lost 17 in the last 19 they played at the Salt Fountains. Foul is on Mike Brown. That's his third. Terry Porter's back in for Walter Davis.
Well, I'll tell you, and it has to be a little bit frustrating for Walter Davis. Used to getting a lot of minutes, and as well as he is shooting the ball in this series, he still can't stay out there for a long time because Portland has so many people that they can go to.
Ainge. The hand in his face. Danny Ainge knocks it down to give Portland a 20-point lead. And a foul called on Buck Williams. Mark Bryant will come back into the game.
I think Rick Adelman just wants to make sure that he is able to run on that ankle. He doesn't want it to stiffen up on him on the sideline there.
He replaces Buck Williams, who just picked up his 5th foul.
Well, we might not see Buck anymore in this game.
Karl Malone now working against Bryant. He's called for travel. He was shut down the second half of game 1. He hoped to come back with a big game tonight. He has 26 points. But I don't think he's really gotten off like he had hoped to.
Well, a lot of those points coming here in this 4th period. He's working the offensive boards better now, but didn't do a job at all of establishing the inside game as the Jazz wanted to do.
And Kersey going to the offensive boards, picks up the foul. Such a quick jumper. He's had a big game tonight with 27 points. But he's picked up his 4th foul. Facing Portland is like playing against an all-star team. They just keep coming off that bench. Karl Malone. 28 points for the mailman. That's 182 Portland. 7:24 remaining.
Malone showed a lot of quickness going to the basket that time.
And Kersey is fouled. Foul was on Mike Brown.
It's just really amazing how easily the Blazers are getting the ball.
82. Jeff Malone. Porter runs into Eaton and a late whistle. Which law of physics comes into play here? The immovable object, the irresistible force.
Didn't move that time.
Portland leading by 20. Portland leads by 21. Stockton out to Jeff Malone. And he gets whacked by Terry Porter. First foul on Porter. So Jeff Malone, the league's second leading free throw shooter, will go to the line. Played for many years the Washington Bullets. Speaking of the Bullets, I want to congratulate Susan O'Malley, who's been named the Bullets president, the first woman to occupy such a high-ranking position in the NBA, and congratulations to her.
That's because of the style they play. They are a half-court team. That is the way they feel comfortable. They don't do a real good job of running the floor.
It's out of bounds for Utah. Terry Porter thought he got fouled.
Terry Porter going to the basket here. Thought he got fouled. And then he got hit right in the midsection with the ball.
Foul is called on Cliff Robinson as he was holding Thurl Bailey. That's his second foul. Portland is over the limit. So Bailey will shoot 2 free throws. There's Rick Adelman, who grew up in Downey, California. And his dad, Leonard, put up a basket in his family's backyard. He and his brothers used to go out and back and pretend they were the great Laker player. He says they call him Adelman, and he said maybe they knew who he was if he had a better career in the NBA as a player. They really give him a hard time, but they like their coach. Done a terrific job with his team. Robinson with a crossover move. 6 minutes left in the game. Jeff Malone scores.
This is the way I think the Jazz have to make sure they come out and play game 3. Aggressive defensively and then taking the ball and take advantage of the fast break opportunities when they get them.
Portland leads by 15 with 5:45 left. Illegal defense is called. John Mark Eaton, that's a second violation, so it's a technical foul. The series moves to the Salt Palace on Saturday and Sunday night, a game you'll 5 days. But it may have been the best thing that could have happened because the guy who succeeded him and the entire Evansville team were killed in a plane crash. Stockton hits the three-pointer as the Jazz try to come back. They've cut the lead down to 13, and Rick Adelman calls a timeout with 5:28 remaining. So the Utah Jazz are trying to make one last-ditch run at Portland.
Ben coming down, taking the quick shot instead of working it.
Drexler misses the shot. Eaton with the rebound. He doesn't even have to jump. 7-4. Stockton for 3. And how about Utah coming back? They've cut the lead down to 10.
The quick shots. They are now trying to get into the early offense. Of course, you have to do that. I'll tell you what, the Jazz don't look bad at all getting into the early offense.
They've outscored Portland 12-1 on this run. Kersey scores. That counts on a foul. 31 points tonight for Jerome Kersey. Foul is on Thurl Bailey. 2 points, and Portland leads 107-94 with less than 5 minutes remaining. Jeff Malone with a runner. And he'll go to the free throw line. 107-96 Portland with 4:40 left. And Drexler and Porter missed connections. Porter thought Clyde was going back door. It's only the 7th turnover of the game for Portland. That's not many at all.
No, it's not. A lot of people wonder about these lapses that the Blazers go into it. They know that these hurt them on the road. They normally don't have it at home here, but we've seen it here in this game.
Portland continues to commit fouls. The Jazz cashing it at the free throw line, and it's a 9-point Portland lead. 4:18 left. Kersey on the drive. And he gets fouled. Foul is on Karl Malone. Both teams are in the bonus now. He's doubled his playoff average so far. 34 for Kersey, who averaged 14.8 during the regular season. Trying to keep Utah at bay. An 11-point Portland lead, 4 minutes left.
the way Karl Malone normally posts up. That is the way he normally gets down there and holds his position. Only here in the last 4 minutes has he been able to do that.
Buck Williams has just fouled out. That's his 6th foul.
Now look how aggressively Malone holds his position. He will not allow Williams to push him out on the floor.
But he didn't do that in the first half.
He did not. And he didn't do that in game 1 either.
Well, Buck Williams is gone. With 3:53 left.
Give the Jazz a lot of credit. They could have just laid down, taken a seat over there next to Jerry Sloan, but instead they have gotten right back in this game.
And a turnover by Portland. Chance to cut the lead to 6 or to 5 with a 3. Stockton's three-pointer is short. He hurried that shot. It's out of bounds to Portland.
Well, Stockton will tell you after the game that terrible, terrible choice on that three-point attempt.
Rick Adelman calls him
Just lay down and not make an effort to get back in this game, but that's one thing you know the Jazz will do. You look over on the bench, you see Jerry Sloan. That's the way Sloan played, never gave up.
Ames for 3. Drexler over the top of Blue Edwards to tip it to Porter. And a new 24-second count to work with.
Now that's a big play right there. Big play. Portland usually scores in this situation.
Drexler calling for the ball, and they get it to him. Blocked by Blue Edwards. All over it.
Great defensive play.
Portland leading by 8, 2:50 left.
Now that play right there, good indication how relaxed the Blazers are.
Blue Edwards on the follow. And it's 109-103 Portland, 2:38 left. The Trailblazers can't get this clock to move fast enough. Utah is playing some tough defense, and the foul is called on Stockton. He thought Porter may have pushed off. That's his 5th foul. Both teams are in the bonus, so Terry Porter will go to the free throw line.
Now the Jazz simply cannot afford to lose Stockton. He is really going to have to back off. And you would expect when Portland is on their game for them to take the ball right point lead. You have to wonder also, did the Jazz get themselves in too big of a hole?
Karl Malone got it. Well, the Jazz are hanging tough as they cut the lead to 6. Karl Malone coming to life in the second half. He has 34 points.
Regardless of what happens in this game, this will help Utah in the next game of this series.
Lou Edwards is called for a foul.
So this last period, Portland had handled them very, very easily, doing pretty much whatever they wanted to do in this series. Now the Jazz can go back to Salt Lake City.
Great forward. If Drexler misses 2 free throws and a foul call against Portland, it's on Kersey.
I think that's 6 on Kersey.
He's gone.
He's gone. And that usually indicates that he is involved in the game. And that's what you like to see from Karl Malone.
Karl Malone with 38 points, a new playoff career high for the mailman, and it's a 4-point Portland lead, 2 minutes left. Did Portland get complacent? Did they relax when they had the 23-point lead?
No question about it. And now
maybe you can be too good.
Yeah, now they're really struggling to get back in this.
Now the foul against the Jazz. On Karl Malone, that's his 4th. 13-107 Portland. A minute 45 left. Mike Brown misses the jumper. Blue Edwards grabs the rebound, but he's going to be called for a foul. That's his 5th foul. Karl Malone pulling him away from Ron Gilbert.
Play, watch. He's just going to go up and come down. That's a good, aggressive rebound that time. That's a big call.
He'll hand over to Stockton. 114-107. Stockton front court. Stockton right side. Goes back to Blue. Oh, he had a 3. Didn't take it. Stockton. Penetrate. 15-footer. Good. Stockton. That's 19 for the Stock, and it's 114-109. Jazz hanging in there. Stockton picks up Porter in the backcourt. Left side of Ainge. Backed away. 3. What? We got a foul on Jeff Bernard.
Jazz got a break there. Karl Malone did bump Danny Ainge and caused him to spin around, losing the basketball. So
he has 8 in the game. Now the Jazz take a timeout. Portland leads by 7. And we'll take the timeout. With 1:09 left, Portland 116, Jazz 109.
Stockton has hit 2 3-pointers, trying to get another one off. And a pushing foul is called on Cliff Robinson.
Well,
That's his second foul.
You don't want that to happen, but the good thing about it is you didn't give up.
And 12 assists. They needed that one, though. And it's out of bounds to Portland with 1:04 remaining. The Blazers lead by 6. Stockton, who's among the league leaders in steals, trying to take it away from Terry Porter. Porter to the basket. Here comes Utah, down by 6 with less than a minute remaining. Mike Brown into Karl Malone, and a foul called on Clyde Drexler.
Now, once again, the Blazers do an excellent job of taking away the 3-point opportunities.
So that's the third foul on Drexler. And Karl Malone, who is 6'2", a jump ball as they tie up Danny Ainge.
Now, Danny Ainge,
We can see the worry in Rick Adelman's eyes.
well, he curled up wanting to call the timeout. But Karl Malone, look at this trap. Now, this is a very aggressive trap. You'll see Danny, he's calling timeout right now. Karl Malone just locks him up.
So Utah should win the tip here with a chance to cut the lead down to 2. If they can hit a 3, they'd knock it down to 1.
Well, they should win this tip.
Jeff Malone waiting for the traffic to clear. They leave him alone, and he buries it. 116, 114. Portland by 2, less than 30 seconds remaining.
Well, they had a chance to foul back there when Robinson had the ball. Well, they are reaching in. That's the guy they want to foul.
The Blazers spread it out. Drexler misses the shot, and we've got a foul on Cliff Robinson of Portland with 14.2 seconds left. Boy, have the Blazers let this one slip away.
Well, I thought Robinson would be the guy that they wanted to foul. He had it a couple of times. Drexler taking the ball, a wild shot going in that time. He wanted to try to draw the foul. Robinson over the back, no question about the call.
Portland will take a timeout. 14 seconds left. An incredible comeback by the Utah Jazz, and the mailman, Karl Malone, will be back for the
left. Utah still has a timeout left and a 20-second timeout remaining. They can get the ball. Drexler against Blue Edwards tries to feed Porter, and he scores. Utah will call a timeout with 3.6 seconds left as Portland has regained the lead.
Well, the Jazz just laid back to wait and see what Portland would do with the basketball, and they ran the offense to perfection.
All right, Coach, what do you do here? Do you go for a 3 and a win, or go for a 2 and try to get into overtime?
Well, see, I like to go for the 3, especially when I'm on the road. I would rather end it right now if I can. But, of course, the thing you want to do is make sure you get the best shot you can get. Unfortunately, you don't have the time, 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds to go.
Terry Porter has 20 points and has hit the biggest basket of the game, giving his team a 2-point lead.
Yeah, a lot of coaches like to try to knock them out when they're on the road right now. They don't like to go into the overtime period. 3.6 seconds, you take what you can get, but don't be surprised if you see the 3-point shot go up. I tell you what.
Having trouble getting it in, and Utah calls the timeout using their 20 seconds. Bailey into Stockton, under pressure from Terry Porter. Stockton for 3, just missed it. So the Portland Trailblazers holding off a furious fourth quarter comeback by the Utah Jazz. John Stockton missing a three-pointer at the buzzer, and the Trailblazers win it 118 to 116. They go up 2-0, but Rick Adelman is still wondering, how did we blow that 23-point lead?
I love Stockton's guts. I love it. I tell you what, he is a gutty player. He wants it right now. Porter plays him very well. Plays him well. But Stockton has no doubt in his mind he can make this shot. How many times this season have you seen him do that? That's a tough shot, but he tried for the knockout.
So the series heads back to Utah with Portland leading 2-0. And right now, let's go back to
Mike Brown's arm right there. And it ricochets down to the floor. Porter picks it up underneath, fake Stockton away. Karl Malone went up, but he couldn't get to it. Porter banked it in.
Yeah, Karl was on the wrong side of the basket and just could not give him a little hit.
Out of timeouts, they're trying to get a shot, and any shot will do, but they're trying to get the game done with because they know that if they can get that ball, they will have stolen the ball.
Mark Eaton will jump with the Blazers.